Hello everyone. So we will just continue our discussion under the topic multiple processor organization. We have discussed the taxonomy and now we will just see the types of parallel process systems. Okay. The block diagram we have discussed in the previous session SISD, SIMD, MISD, MIMD. We will now just explore each type in detail. Now as the name implies for SISD single instruction and single data stream. Okay, here we have only one processor and that will execute only one instruction stream at any point of time, and it is going to operate on the data stored in the single memory. And usually uniprocessors will come under this category. All uniprocessors will come under the category of SISD model. And then here we have the sequential computer, and there is no concept of exploiting the parallelism because instruction stream and data stream is going to be single in nature. We will be having only one single control unit. Okay, so the control unit will fetches the single instruction stream from the memory, and then it gets decoded, and based on the decoded output it will be doing the operation only on a single data stream. Okay, so all uniprocessor machines will come under this category, and maybe some of the mainframe computers can also be quoted as a very good example of this SISD. Maybe now we can just see the block diagram of this SISD model, and in all the diagrams whatever we are going to discuss in detail hereafter, the abbreviation used is CU will refer to control unit, IS refers to instruction stream, DS refers to data stream, whereas PU means processing unit or processing element. It can be referred as PU or PE. And then we have this memory unit MU. Then usually we will have the local memory, sometimes the shared memory, and this acronyms are going to be followed for all types of models, the four SASD, SIMD, MISD model. And coming to SASD, as we already told, there will be one control unit and one processing unit and one memory unit. The memory unit will feed the data to the processing unit, and the processing unit will perform some operation on the data received from the memory unit based on the instruction stream, which is decoded by the single control unit. So we will be having the data pool that will be supplying data to the PU, and also the instruction pool which will be supplying the instruction. So this instruction gets decoded, and the decoded information will be operated on the single data. So the name SASD. The same way, we will just move on to SIMD, where we have single instruction and multiple data. So I think if you just observe this diagram, it will be clear to you. We have only single instruction. Okay, so the instruction pool is single in nature, and this single instruction, single operation to be done on multiple data. So we have the data pool, and we will be having the processing units multiple in numbers, and each unit will be able to perform the operation in parallel on the with the help of the same instruction. The operation is the same, but the data is different. Okay, so we have different processing units, and all these processing units will be driven by a single instruction coming from the instruction pool, and these units will operate or will perform the same operation on different set of data available in the multiple data pool. So the same thing is realized with another diagram. Here the control unit is going to feed the instruction stream, and the decoded instruction stream will be generating the driving signals which will drive all the processing units, and these processing units will be performing the same operation on the different data available or supplied from the local memory. So LM stands for local memory. So this is an example for SIMD organization, and I think we can just go through this content. So single instruction, multiple threads. Okay, and this is going to come under the category of parallel computing model, and which is going to combine the concept of multi-threading also. So some of the famous example is NVIDIA type of computing materials that can follow this NVIDIA architecture will be a very good example for this category, SIMD. Then the third category is MISD, where it is going to refer multiple instruction but on single data. Obviously multiple instruction on single data, I think it's going to be the rarest case. Okay, so here we have instruction pool, and that will be supplying multiple instructions, and these instructions will be operating on the same data. How it is going to operate? So first the data will be received and the single instruction will be applied. Okay, the same data could be applied to the different processing unit where the different operation will be performed. So the data pool, if you just see here, the data pool is going to supply different set of data for each processor unit, and these processor will be it's taking the same data, single instruction, okay, single data, and the instruction pool will be supplying the different instructions. So we have dedicated processors to handle these operations independently. So each processor will be able to perform each operation, but all these processors are going to perform different operations only on the same data. So only this is called as MISD category, multiple instruction and single data. Of course, in this model is uncommon architecture. They have told it is uncommon. It is not really practically feasible, and it is uncommon. And this category has to be able to support this concept of fault tolerance. Okay, here we have heterogeneous systems can be supported, and they operate on the same data, and they must agree on the result. So practical feasibility is very much impossible, but still we quote this as one kind of classification. And the example could include space shuttle flight control computers, where we will be having uh, uh, multiple instructions, but only they need to operate on the single data. So this is going to be the rarest case among all the four classifications, and the last category is the multiple instruction multiple data stream. As the name implies, we will be having instruction also multiple in nature, and data also multiple in nature. Maybe you can observe this diagram. Instruction pool will be supplying different instructions, and we'll be having multiple processing units. So each unit will be fed with the same set of data. This data will be operated based on the first instruction, and again the same data will be operated on the second instruction. Like this, the processing units will be performing multiple operations on multiple set of data. So other way of looking the same concept is like this. We have processing units 1 2 up to n, and there will be a shared memory which will be feeding the data. So separate set of data, multiple data will be supplied here, and each data will be done with different operations as per the instruction stream received from the respective control unit. So I think the same thing can be viewed like this. Here it is a shared memory. This is going to be the interconnection network, where we have a concept of shared memory and distributed memory. In shared memory, all the processing units are going to refer the data only from the common memory. So it's going to be like kind of an uniform access. Whereas in the distributed memory, we have local memories available with each attached with each processor. So the respective processor data alone will be copied in the local memory, and the local memory will feed the data which is to be operated as per the instruction received in the control unit. So this MIMD scheme can be realized into two different models, one with the concept of shared memory, another with the concept of distributed memory. So in shared memory, it is like kind of a tightly coupled or uniform memory access, whereas in the case of distributed memory, each processor will have their own local memory, and it will copy the local data on which it is going to operate, and separate set of operation will be done on it, and the result obtained will be stored in the local memory, and then can be communicated with other processor if required through the interconnection network. So this is an example of the last model MIMD with distributed memory. So far we have discussed about the parallel computing process, which is classified by Flynn under four categories, namely SISD, SIMD, MISD and MIMD. Accordingly, this MISD, multiple instruction single data, it is going to be the rarest model out of the three things. And we have also discussed about the taxonomy, wherein uniprocessor will come under the category of SISD, and since we have multiple data, it has to involve array of processor or vector processor. So this SIMD can be explored by vector processor architecture or array processor architecture. Coming to this MISD, as I told, it is rarely practiced. Okay, it is not that much practically feasible. And the last category, MIMD, it can be identified as shared memory or distributed memory. Shared memory is otherwise called as tightly coupled because all are going to share the same common memory, so it may end up in uniform memory access. Okay, and whereas distributed memory, the memory each processor will have their own local memory copying the data, and then some information will be available in the common memory that is going to be distributed across all the clusters. And coming to this tightly coupled, if it is going to involve symmetric multiprocessor, then it is going to provide uniform memory access, whereas if it is going to be distributed, then it may end up in non-uniform memory access. Okay, so this completes the discussion of the different classification of parallel processing with the help of multiple processor organization. Thank you.